Dear students, in this unit we will talk about one of the famous theory of evolution, which is known as synthetic theory of evolution. Now, modern synthetic theory of evolution describes the evolution of different organisms in terms of genetic variation in that population, which leads to the formation of new species from the old one. Now, it explains the contribution factors such as genetic variations, reproductive and geographical isolation, as well as natural selection within a population. Now, you can see here in this diagram, the synthetic theory of evolution describes the evolution of life in terms of genetic changes which occurred in that population over a course of time that leads to the formation of new species. It also describes the genetic population or Mendelian population, gene pool, as well as genetic frequency. In this diagram, you can see the different factors at a molecular level which are responsible, which contribute significantly towards the synthetic theory of evolution. Now, in the modern theory of evolution, synthetic theory of evolution, it shows a number of changes as to how the evolution and process of evolution are conceived over a period of time. And the theory gives a new definition of evolution as the changes occurring in the allele frequency within the population, which emphasize the genetic basis of evolution. The modern synthetic theory of evolution depends on different factors that includes genetic recombination, mutation, genetic drifts, and gene flow. Then we have natural selection and geographical or reproductive isolation. Now, we see in this graph certain characteristics they group together to give rise to this modern theory of modern synthetic theory of evolution. As you can see here, that a Malthusian competition within the population, which means that the geometric population growth and competition for the limited resources has led to the theory of natural selection as emphasized or proposed by Darwin, which says that nature favors the survival of the fittest. So in the changing environment, those organisms which are successfully able to survive, they are the fittest one, and they will have the advantage over the other ones, and they will evolve better than the other ones. And similarly, variation within the population, like different races, different breed or subspecies, that also leads to natural selections. Out of those breeds, the most favorite one will be able to grow more and will able to stay. While when we talk about the mutations, mutation leads to genetic variations. Mutation, we have studied that these are the small changes in the DNA within individual characteristics. I mean, simple individuals will have small mutations or changes in the DNA, and if that is beneficial for the organism in order to survive in a new or changing environment, that will help it in formulating the genetic variation pool, where allele of individual genes, they combine to give continuous variation according to the changing environment. So genetic variation is also very important. And then Mendelian inheritance, those changes which occur in some individuals, when they are successfully passed on to the next generation, then these inheritance will lead to the formation of modern synthetic theory of evolution, which emphasize that organism with favorable changes in their genetics will be able to survive more in the changing environment, and thus these factors which we have already mentioned, like genetic recombination, mutation, genetic drift and gene flow, natural selection, and isolation. These all factors, when they are in favor of a certain population, that will ensure the survival of that species in the environment. And this gives the basis of modern synthetic theory of evolution.